Hey guys, it's Lorna. Today I'm going to talk about virtual reality and empathy. I can't wait to share it all of you. So let's begin to see how VR is called as the ultimate empathy machine. According to the Foundry's interpretation, virtual reality, known as VR, is the umbrella term for all immersive experiences, which could be created using purely real-world content, purely synthetic content, or a hybrid of both. VR is the technology that has been used in many fields, mostly for the purpose of having the users to feel like they really are in the created world and experience the whole thing in person. Recently, some VR experts have started to call it Ultimate Empathy Machine. In the experiments on how VR impacts empathy, two different ways are adopted. Most of them involve embodying an avatar in computer-generated worlds, but some others involve embodying another real person through live video streams and project the image back to the other participant. The latter is termed virtual alterity by Linda Joy Jerry in her MA study on VR. The results from both of them proved VR to be much more effective than any other media. In the following, I will demonstrate how VR arouses empathy to improve the understanding and respect among people, and even prompts them to take real action due to the increased awareness of certain issue after experiencing in VR. Now, let's begin. In a recent TED Talk, a VR researcher, Nolly De La Pena, shared the results of her experiments. She and her team created virtual scenes where a man collapsed due to hunger and a Syrian girl who is in the middle of the bomb. Those who experienced this in the VR headset said that they could really feel as if they were in that world and seeing people dying right next to them. In this picture, you can see the participant's gesture. He is moving around trying not to step on the virtual fainted man with hesitation, as if the man really is lying in front of him. After seeing such scenes in VR, many cried and countless comments flowed in, showing people are truly emotionally attached and aware of the issue much more than before. Pena explained that even in VR scenario, people can confront strong emotions like panic when the event occurred that they feel powerless to stop. The other experiments with VR is on racism. It shows that VR can evoke empathy for people different from ourselves. After seeing themselves in others' skin and experiencing all kinds of possible discrimination because of their new skin color, the participants' racial biases decreased. The previous examples are all in the form of embodying an avatar in a computer-generated world, but Machine to Be Another, also known as MBA, is quite different. It is a project of virtual alterity. The Machine to Be Another uses real human instead of avatar and allows both parties to interact with each other synchronically. Moreover, participants will have face-to-face contact before and after virtual interaction. Take one of MBA's experiments, gender body swap, as an example. As you can see in the picture down here, a male and a female are both wearing this VR gear with a camera on it to capture the other person's body. Then the pair were told to mimic each other's body movements, and when they do, it felt like they were in the body of the opposite gender. It takes insights from neuroscience and body perception science to try and create the illusion of owning somebody else's body and trick the brain into believing that they have different skin color, body parts, or are experiencing someone else's thoughts to hopefully foster and create empathy for others, said Arthur Ponto, who was in the research team. As in this picture, when the male participant looks down, he sees not his own body, but the female's. He can feel exactly like he is embodied in a female body. So when he's touching himself, he feels like exploring a woman's body, but more, it's him that has a woman's body. It is said to be a bizarre feeling, but an effective way to understand others. And it is this understanding that leads to empathy and respect. Moreover, VR does not only generate empathy in one's heart, it also prompts people to actually take real action to make a change after they are more aware of certain issues. One series of experiments conducted by Virtual Human Interaction Lab at Stanford showcases how VR raises environmental awareness and changes people's behavior. In another study, subjects are put into a virtual world to cut down a virtual tree. The experience caused them to use 20% less paper on the day of the study, compared to those who only read about cutting a tree. What's more, when the subjects are surveyed a week later, their change in attitudes about the environment remain. And now they're using VR to call for ocean protection, which is an issue that is rather far away from our daily lives. But, however, with VR, we are able to experience the underwater world and see how the environment is deteriorating and creatures are suffering. And this is believed to make a great difference. Another project done by Stanford's Virtual Reality Lab aims at igniting people's empathy for the homeless. The study, called Empathy Scale, puts the participants in a variety of scenes that are designed to help them imagine themselves being homeless. Jamil Zaki, an assistant professor of psychology at Stanford's Social Neuroscience Lab, said, "Once you understand the world as someone else sees it and inhabit in their inner life, you're on the hook. You now, in a sense, have a responsibility to care for that person and maybe invest in their well-being." The participants expressed that even though they already have pity for the homeless, going through this experience is totally different because it made them experience the feelings and emotions of it all. And after the experience, when asked to donate to the homeless, most participants agreed to do so. I really believe that VR has the potential to change the world by just how powerful it is in spreading and fortifying empathy within humans. Just as the VR expert Chris Milk, who first turned VR as the ultimate empathy machine, once said in a TED Talk, "It's a machine, but through this machine, we become more compassionate, we become more empathetic, and we become more connected. And ultimately, we become more human." So, and that's all for my sharing. I hope you like it and thank you very much for listening. And I hope you now have a different perspective on how VR can impact empathy and how it ultimately can change the world. Thank you. Bye.